Good morning. If you're in America, this is our Thanksgiving week, so I want to wish you all a very happy Thanksgiving. Even if you're not in America, I want to give you thanks. I want to open up this space for gratitude and to remind us how important it is to come into this space of gratitude. So today we have the pups behind us, right? We've got the black one, Tucker. Hey, Tucker. And then the tan one, Sam. They are coming into our video. I'm incredibly thankful for them. I, for a long time, was considered not a dog person, and these guys are just bring so much joy to my life. And it's pretty amazing. So we all can transform, right? But today I really wanted to share with you the tool of carnelian. So if you're familiar with the crystal carnelian, it is a tool that came forward today in meditation. And some of the ways that we can use carnelian is to carry it in our pocket. So I have these two pieces here that I'm carrying in my pocket as we move through the day. Crystals are pretty amazing because they can pick up energy, they can give off energy. Some of them can do both. In this particular sense, carnelian is typically one that picks up energy. And so one of the powerful things that it can help us to do is to collect lower vibration energy, particularly lower vibration energy in the root system of our energy field. So from our age-old chakra system, we know that the root is our root chakra. It's at the base of our perineum, and then we have the sacral chakra, which is between the belly button and the perineum. And so we have this below the belly button area that is being brought to our attention today through the source of my guides, to remind us how important it is to stay grounded and rooted into our gratitude. You know, it's really easy to look outside of ourselves these days and to see everything that is wrong with the world, because there's quite a bit of imbalance and turmoil that's happening. Remember, turmoil and imbalance comes when an upheaval comes when we're resetting. It's not for nothing, if you will. It is really to help systems to reset, to get our attention, to ask us to consider if this is the path that we want to be on. Is this the direction that we want to support? And so rather than see the turmoil as horrible and challenging only, let's see if we can open up our hearts and our perception this week to the idea and the concept that challenge really does give us this opportunity to reset our course, to get our attention, to really see if the choices that we're making in our day-to-day mundane activities, if those choices are truly aligned with what's important to us. I know that I have done this recheck hundreds of times, and I will continue to do it hundreds of times, because our truth changes as we become more aware, as our energy field opens, as we have other experiences. Our truth by which we live changes. And so we are in this incredible growth opportunity for the next couple of weeks to really take a look at what our truth is. Has it changed from the last time that you assessed? You know, I know some of us in our spiritual community, in the Ascend membership that I run, Some of us really reevaluate this at every full moon and new moon. Some of us reevaluate and take a look at this aspect of what is our truth, and am I living by my truth with authenticity and transparency. Some of us look at that on a monthly basis or 3-month basis, or with the seasons, or when the equinoxes and the solstice shift the direction of the medicine wheel that we're stepping into. So you can find your own parameters for when you want to do this assessment. Again, now is a great time to take a look at it. If you're not doing it regularly yet, now is a perfect time. If you are doing it regularly, good for you, good job, because we want to make sure that we're following that truth with authenticity, because it lessens the incongruence within ourselves. It lessens the incongruence within our energy field, within our energy channel, and it lessens the incongruence with how we show up, with how the foundation on which we build our relationships. And so the more we can really understand what is deeply rooted and important within our heart space, the more we can make an impact, the more we can show up and make that impact. And so this leads me into kind of the second message that Spirit came through with this morning during morning meditation. And that is that throughout this entire week, and probably most of next week as well, we are going to be looking at our call to spirituality. And so what does that mean? What is spirituality? And I think I have spoken of what spirituality means to me before, and it has many meanings. Like it's got a lot of spokes on that wheel, and that's okay. But I think the problem that comes in is that we often look at spirituality as this religious element, or this thing that is outside of us, and the thing that we do. It's often, from time to time, it's compartmentalized. And what I view spirituality is a dynamic by which I live my life. Spirituality is that call to include that power that's greater than I am. That's, and for me, that includes the power of nature, right? The power that comes from our earth to create living things. It is that element within me that keeps me alive above and beyond my heart beating, right? It's the energy, the magnetic and electrical force that keeps us alive and hopefully well. So when we look at spirituality, it is a connection to something greater, a power greater than us. And so we're being called to connect into this power so that we can identify where we can build momentum in our life. And we are being, and I want to talk about momentum in a minute, but when we talk about this with this spirituality, it is, it's often looked at too, like you're either spiritual or you're not. And the fact of the matter is that we're all spiritual, because we wouldn't be here if we didn't have that spark of life that worked with our biological systems to keep us alive. And so we're being called right now to really recognize that, because it's way more powerful than we give it credit for. And when we start to manifest, and we start to use our intention with intention, and combine that with this force or this power that lives within our hearts and lives within our soul, that we don't often awaken in everything that we do. And that's really the call that my guides spoke of this morning, is this idea of getting more comfortable bringing that force, or bringing spirituality into our life every day, into everything that we do, whether it is doing the dishes, or taking care of our pets, or taking care of our children, or um, creating meals, whatever it happens to be, if we can bring our our life force, our attention into that activity, be present with it, and bring gratitude and this idea of there's something bigger at work here, even in this mundane job of doing the dishes or folding the laundry. If we can kind of look at the magic that's held within those activities, it will bring us into present time a little more readily. So you can see this reciprocity, or they're showing me the infinity sign as I speak. It's this connection. Everything is connected. We can't have one without the other. And so being more present means that we can be more grateful for that activity. Being more grateful for that activity brings us into the present. So we can see how that works. And so as we connect to our spirituality, connect to our spiritual force, we open up doorways, we open up opportunity, and we also bring in greater light force. And this light force is incredibly important right now. It is important as we set our intentions for 2022. It's important as we determine what our truth is, how do we want to show up in every aspect of what we're doing, from those mundane chores to how we interact with our loved ones, to our careers. And one of the patterns that I'm seeing in my work is that there are a lot of people shifting dynamics of their careers right now, or how they earn money and how they care for their family. There's a lot of shifting going on here. And my question to you is, are you being fluid with the things that are desiring change in your life, or are you resisting them? So I'm going to leave you with this question, and I'm going to leave you with these thoughts as I sum up what we've talked about today. And that is being gratitude as often and as much as you can, and for everything that you possibly can, be in gratitude. Secondly, spirituality. Look into your spirituality this week and really dive into what that means for you, and how you can connect into the life pulse, the life blood, the energy and the magnetism of life a little bit deeper. How can we invite that into our everyday stuff, everyday chores? And then this question, right? This question of, am I resisting the things that are happening to me, or am I holding space for them so that I can learn from those experiences and perhaps be open to a dynamic shift in direction from where I am or where I have been going to where Spirit might be wanting to lead me. I know for myself that as I have walked this spiritual path and I've learned more and more about this spiritual path, one of the things is that when I follow Spirit, when I let Spirit lead, the outcomes are enormously magnificent beyond what I can imagine. And when I force and I resist and I insist on things being the way that I can vision them only, that is when it becomes more painful. That's when I have more fear and anxiety that I have to work through or find my way through. And so that's why it's so important to me. And I'm so passionate about helping you find that that journey and way for yourself through the resistance and into the flow of spirituality and into the flow of life. Be well. Happy Thanksgiving. Please know that I am grateful for you. I am grateful for my loved ones, for my pups, and, for humanity and for nature. I am truly, truly grateful for the magnificent wonders that our Earth Mother provides us. And so this week, as we celebrate our harvest, we celebrate how far we've come, and we look at the blessings in our life. Please know that you are a blessing in my life. Be well.